There's a dear and precious book, though it's worn and faded now, which recalls those happy days so long ago, when I stood at mother's knee with her hand upon my brow, and I heard her voice in gentle tones and low. Blessed book, precious book, on thy dear old tear-stained leaves I love to look. Thou art sweeter day by day as I walk the narrow way that leads at last to that bright home above. As she read the stories o'er of those mighty men of old, of Joseph and of Daniel and their trials, of little David bold, who became a king at last, of Satan with his many wicked wiles. Blessed book, precious book, on thy dear old tear-stained leaves I love to look. Thou art sweeter day by day as I walk the narrow way that leads at last to that bright home above. Then she read of Jesus' love as he blessed the children dear, how he suffered, bled, and died upon the tree. Of his heavy load of care, then she dried my flowing tears with her kisses as she said it was for me. Blessed book, precious book, on thy dear old tear-stained leaves I love to look. Thou art sweeter day by day as I walk the narrow way that leads at last to that bright home above. Well, those days are past and gone, but their memories linger still, and the dear old book each day has been my guide, and I seek to do his will as my mother taught me then, and ever in my heart his words abide. Blessed book, precious book, on thy dear old tear-stained leaves I love to look. Thou art sweeter day by day as I walk the narrow way that leads at last to that bright home above.
God's word helps me grow. Memory verse. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. Psalm 119 verse 11. Have you ever wondered how you can grow closer to God? Well, let me tell you a little secret. It's all about his word. God's word is like a special seed that when planted in our hearts, it helps us grow in our relationship with him. Psalm 119 verse 11 says, I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. Imagining having a treasure chest in your heart, which is really your mind, where you store God's word. When you hide his word in your heart, it's like planting seeds of goodness that help you do what is right. We can then live in a way that pleases God. So how can we hide God's word in our hearts? Well, it's not like hiding a toy under your bed. Instead, it It means memorizing memory verses from the Bible, understanding what they mean, and letting them guide your thoughts and actions. For example, maybe you're feeling angry with your brother or sister breaking something that was special to you instead of yelling at them, or breaking some of theirs. You remember what King David wrote in Psalm 133 verse 1. It is good and pleasant when God's people live together in peace. This verse reminds you to show kindness and pray for your sibling even when you're upset. You're able to react differently this time. That's hiding God's word in your heart. As you grow older, you'll face different challenges, such as making friends, dealing with difficult situations, or choosing what's right rather than what's easy. God's word has guidance for every situation. The more you read and learn from it, the more you'll understand God's love and His plan for you. Thinking of your relationship with God the way you'd think of a beautiful garden, just as plants need water, sunlight, and good soil to grow, you need God's word to grow spiritually. The more water your heart with His word, the more you'll bloom into an amazing person with God created you to be. So, my dear friends, let's make a promise together today to hide God's word in our hearts, to let it shape our lives, and to grow closer with Him every day. With God's word as our guide, there's no limit to how much we can grow in His love and much grace. Thinking together, do you have a special memory verse you've memorized? It's funny to think of God's word as a seed that grows. Maybe next time when you're near a garden or see a packet of seeds, it will remind you of the Bible.